also helping to save an adorable pet in need and helping another lucky owner be connected with a future best friend and companion, because happiness is having a loving pet by your side. Find Bob's at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, select Petco locations, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Oklahoma City's newest premier social club, Big Smoke Cigar Club, has arrived. Located at 3719 Spring Lake Drive in OKC, Big Smoke Cigar Club has monthly memberships that include 20% off cigar purchases and box buys, invites to special cigar events, a VIP room reserved for you, complimentary top shelf cocktails, a free shirt, and even a free party space. Swing by and check out their luxurious interior, TVs everywhere, and even a huge projector screen. Not to mention a fine selection of hand-rolled cigars and friendly service. Big Smoke Cigar Lounge. Exotic. Luxury. Lifestyle. No matter what we come in for, Target makes it easy to leave with more of what we value. Come in for black-owned coffee, leave with change in your hands. Come in for healthier snacks, leave feeling more fulfilled. Come in for affordable lotion, leave feeling like $1,000,000. When we bring home more of what really matters, we can find better days within our reach. What we value most shouldn't cost more. Target.
Yo, Oklahoma City, welcome here to the OKCPS's Coaches Show here on CBS Sports 105.3. I messed up the cue again. It's all good. We're excited to be back here at our title sponsor, Dick's Sporting Goods at 6601 Southwest 3rd Street. We are brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods, SNU, Casey's General Store, Scissortail Waste Solutions, Automac, Grin More Sneaker Boutique, and the one and only Big O's Pork and Dreams. So we're excited for our guest on tonight. It's basketball season, right? Football season is nearing an end with the playoffs starting across the state. But so we have coaches here and basketball on tonight. Southeast High School girls basketball coach, Coach Jackie Brown. And we also have student athlete Braylon Edmondson. Thank you guys for joining us on today. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
Hey, listen, in the pre-conversation, Braylon was so talkative, so we are looking so forward to her sharing all of that this night, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, Braylon, let's start with you. I'll get to Coach Jackie Brown here in a second. Tell us, what are you looking forward to this year in basketball?
I'm looking forward to just getting the season started and just playing, having fun my last season, and doing our best and doing what we can do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Coach Jackie Brown, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I feel like I know her because I know her parents. And so tell us how excited you are to get the season started and being at Southeast.
So Southeast has been good. It's been challenging, but I'm very excited. This season, we have a lot to look forward to. We are very, very young. We are learning. We're progressing every single day. So I'm just excited to see where we end up in the end in February, just because we're so young.
So tell me, you guys just had All City on last week, Tuesday, Thursday. Tell us what that looked like for Southeast last week.
So Tuesday we played Northwest Classen, and we struggled a little bit. We couldn't hit very many shots, so I think that during the season we'll surprise them a little bit more just because our shots weren't falling. So we ended up losing short on that one, but then Thursday we bounced back and ended up being consolation champs.
Well, that's cool. So, Braylon, how did you feel about, your All-City experience, right? You finished as consolation champs. What does that do for this team kind of moving forward?
It shows the potential we have. We can do good if we try and work as a team.
Sure. So let me ask you this question. What position do you play?
Shooting guard or small forward.
And I asked you earlier, does your shot go in?
Most of the time. Depends on the day.
Now, are you Are you a off the screen kind of shooter? Can you create some space to get off your shot? Kind of tell us what your game is like.
I usually like to make a move and then pull up for the shot.
I got you. Do you hold your hand up, right? Like, get it. All right, no mess with you. So, Coach, tell me about this young team and some of the players, and you can name them all if you want, but just kind of what are you looking forward to, and what do you think is your strength as a basketball team, right?
Okay, so I'm not going to name all the players.
Absolutely.
We actually have a lot. There's about 28, and we have 17 freshmen.
Okay.
Right, and 6 sophomores. So Braylon is one of our seniors. We have 2. And then we have a couple juniors, and then, like I said, the rest are freshmen and sophomores. So varsity is kind of split up between the 2, 5 upperclassmen and about 6, 7 underclassmen.
Gotcha.
So I really think that this year our defensive mindset is going to be what helps us get some wins.
Sure.
We're not offensively very strong, but defensively, I think that we're scrappy and that we can kind of get after it a little bit and surprise some people with those 50-50 balls that we can get.
Well, obviously, basketball is super competitive, not unlike any other sport, but what you're talking about, those 50-50 balls, standing there, taking that charge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those things really change the complexion of the game when you do those small things. So, Braylon, tell me what about basketball attracted you to it? And tell me the part of it that really excites you about basketball, right?
When I first started playing, I was just doing it because it was fun, and I found out I was actually pretty good at it. So I started playing in 6th grade, and I've been playing ever since. And when I'm on the court, it just clears my mind, and it just gives me something to do.
Absolutely. So would you consider yourself, and I know you have to play both sides of the ball, but is your favorite part playing D, or is your favorite part, pulling up, shooting at J?
I like playing defense against steals and then going to offense.
I got you.
From the steals.
So it's different. Like, a lot of people will say defense, but, I'm probably more of an offensive basketball guy, right? Like, there's this dream that I've always had of being a three-point shooter. But my coach, Tommy Griffin, said if I shoot it outside the paint, he would pull me out. So I never really got to fulfill my dream, Braylon. So I will live vicariously through you. So, Coach Jackie Brown, tell me what inspires you to coach? Who got you into coaching, right?
So I've played my whole life, and that's all I know. That's what taught me my basic life skills and everything, the discipline. And I think that it just came from within. And I've always been athletic. I've always been a competitor. So it's just there. It's in my nature.
Sure. So what person kind of led you into coaching basketball, or who are some of the coaches you look up to that you draw motivation from?
So from Oklahoma Christian, Dan Hayes. He was one of
the infamous Dan Hayes.
Yes, he was one of my best mentors, probably. And then, of course, Sherry Cole. I grew up in Norman. I actually went to Norman North, but she was, the person in Norman at the time before I got to high school. So went to all her camps and everything, learned pretty much from her. And even when I started coaching, I could reach out to her a whole bunch whenever I wanted to. And she kind of walked me through it. So
cool. So tell me about your coaching journey, right? So you're at Southeast. Tell me how did you get to Southeast? What was that journey that got you to Southeast? So
I've kind of been around. I started off at Millwood under Arneo Spears.
Oh man,
she's great.
She's
fabulous.
She's a mean, nice lady.
Yes,
Coach
she is.
Spears, I'm sorry. No, she's really cool.
But she was great. And then I got my first head job at PC West, and was there for about 4 years. And then I went to Northwest Classen, wanted to be more of in the inner city.
Sure.
and was there for about 7 and then needed a change and was looking for a different type of athlete, a different type of girl, and ended up at Southeast.
Cool.
So this is my 3rd year there.
So Braylon, you've been at Southeast now for 4 years, right?
Yes.
So you see some of the changes that the district is making in facilities, right? So you see that whole complex out there at Southeast is pretty cool to see. So as a student, how does that make you feel when you see your district making such strides to provide an environment and facilities that can help make the student athlete better?
It gets me excited knowing that they're paying attention to us and giving us more opportunities. It makes me want to play better.
Sure.
And have more fun whenever there's more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool experience. So as you are preparing for a game, and I'm gonna get to you, Coach, and ask you what does that preparation look like for you. But as you, Braylon, get ready for games, is there a Braylon ritual, right? Is there a food you have to eat? Is there a song you have to play? Is there a bunny rabbit, foot in your pocket? Tell me what is it that you do prior to the games?
I usually I do listen to music, not a certain song, but just
What's on your playlist?
like what rapper?
Whoever, because I'm not gonna know anyway. I'm just asking.
Kevin
They
Gates.
who?
Kevin Gates.
Oh, Bray.
Okay, I don't know who Kevin is. I'm gonna Google him tonight.
Okay. But I usually listen to him and just focus on the game and put into my mind what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna focus on during the game.
Absolutely, just visualizing. Hey, this is what I want to happen tonight.
Yes.
No, that's pretty cool. Coach, tell me what is your preparation as you prepare for games? How do you prepare your players? What are those steps that you take on game day?
So for game day, we usually have a walkthrough to begin with, go over any, last plays, any minute, last decisions, things like that. And then as far as me personally, I try to take a quiet minute to myself. I get a prayer in, talk to him above, and then get after it pretty much. Yeah.
So describe your coaching philosophy, right? Because you sit here kind of laid back, quiet. Braylon seems to be, really calm and collected. But I know your dad, right? And I know he has a very intense side.
Yes.
So what is because I believe it's in you, right? So what is that coaching philosophy? Look, Braylon, you agree with me.
Yes.
And I haven't even seen her in action just yet.
So I can be very intense. Yes. I think that I pick and choose, and I think that as a whole and as a group, I'm pretty much intense. But if I'm talking to you one-on-one, I'm pretty much laid back like this.
Sure. So every team, for the most part, they have a motto, right? This rallying cry. What has been, what's the word or words that are on your T-shirt that you break the huddle with, or that you say that really inspires, or what you rally around as a team?
I think this year it's if you don't want to work, you don't want to win.
That's really fitting. How do you feel about that? How have you seen that come to fruition in this short time as the season is just now starting? What does that look like among your players?
Basically, if you don't want to put in the work to win, then you're not going to win.
Yeah.
So.
Because winning doesn't come without work.
Yeah.
And sometimes you work and don't win, but that doesn't mean you should quit working.
Yeah.
Right. So
the more work you put in, the better you get.
Absolutely. Well, listen, you got this thing going then, Braylon. I'm going to have to come check out this, mid-range jump shot you got going, seeing how well that falls. So Coach, Braylon, as you walk around, you've been in Southeast now 4 years. How has being an athlete impacted you at school, right? Do people view you as a leader? Do you feel like this responsibility to kind of, be an example? How has being an athlete at Southeast impacted you?
I feel like people do look at me as an athlete, and if I'm doing something wrong, they'll be like, oh, she's on the basketball team. She shouldn't be doing that. So I do have to kind of set an example, and especially for the freshmen,
Sure.
and just be a good example.
You cannot convince me that you've done anything wrong, Braylon. Like, I will not believe that. it's an impossibility with you. So, Coach, how has it been, you know, you've had experiences coaching at several OKCP schools and even Putnam City. How is that, right? Because I think coaches feel a little bit of responsibility, if not just for themselves, for their athletes as well, right? Because I think we live in this tension that people want to make sure that there is some equity, right, between the student athlete and the student. So how do you deal with that, and how do you see your role in that Southeast environment?
I think it's pretty heavy. I try to balance it as much as I can, and I think that I ask a lot of my girls just because I know that title is there, that stigma is there, and I just don't want anyone to really say anything bad about my girls because I know how good they are. So, but I think that people do look at us kind of differently and have that student athlete title, and so when you are that student athlete, I think that people just expect more from you.
Sure.
So.
No, that's completely understandable. So, Braylon, we talk about if you don't want to work hard, you don't want to win. I think athletes have to love practice as well as the game, right?
Yeah.
So what about practice do you love? Like as a football player, we had this drill called one-on-one, so the wide receivers would go against the DBs, right? There's a lot of noise talking happening between us and everybody. Yeah. It's real competitive, the bunch of fouling and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I love that part, right? What is your favorite part?
My part is probably when we do 5-on-5 or like 3-on-3, just the competitiveness, you know, clapping in each other's faces and.
Be careful. I don't know if they're going to be emphasizing that this year with the referees. You know.
And I don't know. I just like how you can make mistakes in practice and then perfect them in the game.
Sure. Well, listen, you probably hit on something about making mistakes, right? And practice is the place to make them, right? Because you get to rectify them, and then hopefully, you know, they say perfect practice makes perfect games, right? So yeah. I think it's highly important. Coach, how do you keep these girls motivated? Now, we know the season just started, right? So there's a tremendous amount of energy now. But in the past, how did you keep them motivated? Sometimes the seasons get long. You've come through COVID, didn't really have much of a season last season. So what's the ticket to keep them engaged?
I think that every now and then you have to give some kind of break, and that's not to say that we're not going to have practice or we're not going to do this. It's just like a mental break and have like a fun competitive day or just do something out of the norm that gets them back excited about the competitiveness and wanting to win again and wanting to learn and wanting to be there.
So I was at Oral Roberts for 10 years, and the women's basketball coach was a guy named Jerry Finkbeiner. And Coach Finkbeiner would often say that you start every season with a bucket of emotions, right? Mm-hmm. And how important it is not to dump all of your emotions out the bucket too early, because you don't have an endless reservoir of those things. And so how do you then keep yourself balanced without, you know, going over the top, you know, too much too soon, and keeping things in perspective?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think that I do. I carry everything. I carry the weight on me. I take it home. I take it to school. I take it to work. It's always with me. I don't have a very good balance.
Well, it looks like we might have to have a therapy session right now, Braylon, with the coach. We got to help her relax.
I know. There's people that say, you know, Coach Brown, you need to take time for yourself sometimes and take care of you. And I hear them, and I'm trying, but it's just not it's not in me right now.
I hear you. So, Braylon, what about, you know, we often hear about coaches caring for their student athletes, right? I don't know if a coach can really coach a kid and not care. Like, maybe not care as much, but like have to care. So what are some of those things that Coach Brown does that remind you guys how much, yes, she's your coach, but she really cares about you as an individual?
I feel like she thinks of us as one of her own. If she sees something's wrong with you, she'll talk to you and try to figure out what's wrong with you and what she can do to help you and how she can be there for you.
Sure, that's really cool. Coach, how do you've already indicated to us that you wear all of this, and I can only imagine when those players confide in you and share things, you're carrying around the weight of the world sometimes, it seems like. How has your administration and the people in the school supported you guys thus far in your tenure since you've been there?
Oh, I think that everyone in the school, Southeast is like, it's small, so we're like a family. Everybody knows everybody. And I think that the way that we just have each other's backs can't be matched, really. So them just being there to support no matter what's going on has just been a blessing, really.
Sure. So, and I think we're gonna take a break here in a little bit, but as you think about that administration, who out there would you like to say thank you to, and then how can people support you and the Southeast women's basketball team?
I would actually like to say thank you to Curtis Thompson, Melissa Hall, Scotty
the athletic director.
Yes, athletic director, and Kristen Kelly. That is our administrative team, and we couldn't do it without them. So
cool. Braylon, you thought I was going to get out of here without you giving us your handles. How can you look into that camera, you can speak into that microphone. How do you want the people to come and support you? Tell me when the first game is that you come see us get it in.
Okay, our first game is November 30th at 6 o'clock at Southeast High School. Be there.
Or be square, she says. Hey, we want to thank the Southeast head women's basketball coach, Coach Jackie Brown, and Braylon Edmondson for being here on tonight. But before we go, I would like to announce, new to the OKCPS Coaches Show, the Big O's Player of the Week. We have Marcel Perry of Southeast High School, and we have Jada O'Connor from Classen SAS, and they both will win a dinner from Big O's Pork and Dreams in Midwest City. I was just there Saturday and had a 3-meat combo, and he even threw in a couple extra ribs. Yo, listen, thank you for listening to OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
No matter what we come in for, Target makes it easy to leave with more of what we value. Come in for Black-owned coffee, leave with change in your hands. Come in for healthier snacks, leave feeling more fulfilled. Come in for affordable lotion, leave feeling like $1 million. We bring home more of what really matters. We can find better days within our reach. What we value most shouldn't cost more. Target.
Did you know there's dust floating around your home?
Really?
Yeah. Dust starts on hard surfaces like shelves and ceiling fans. And when you walk by, dust starts to move, compromising the quality of the air you and your family breathe.
So, what do I do?
Get Swiffer Heavy Duty Duster. Swiffer Heavy Duty Duster is the fast and easy way to trap and lock dust.
Before it gets into the air.
Exactly. So you can just...
Testing.
Swiffer
Test.
Heavy Duty Duster. Proud
Testing.
partner of the American Lung Association.
Testing. We
Nobody
good.
protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it, they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state, based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Did you know that every day someone misses out on a great opportunity, all because of the fear of rejection? But what if you could explore that opportunity without facing any consequences or even wasting your time? Guess what? Now you can with iPrecheck at BoomerKia.com. When other dealers try to keep you in the dark until the very end, at Boomer Kia, we're upfront and transparent, all without having to speak to anybody. So instead of spending hours in a dealership getting yanked around just to find out if you're not getting the deal you want, visit BoomerKia.com and click the iPrecheck form. You'll get your real credit score, your real monthly payments, and more for every vehicle on our site. So what's the best thing about iPrecheck? There's zero risk. It literally doesn't cost you anything.
Got a hot mic.
Your name, your address, and the last four of your social, and you can be pre-approved instantly for a brand new Kia at Boomer Kia. So what are you waiting for? Visit BoomerKia.com and click the iPrecheck banner to get pre-approved, all without any
Billy
risk or
James.
credit. Then come to Boomer Kia
Yes, sir.
off I-240 and South Walker.
Always practicing. Yo, welcome back to OKCPS Coaches Show! Here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 at Dick's Sporting Goods, 6601 Southwest 3rd. Our sponsors are Dick's Sporting Goods, SMU, Casey's General Store, Scissortail Waste Solutions, Automax, Grinmore Sneaker Boutique, and the one and only Big O's Barbecue, Pork and Dreams in Midwest City. Listen, we have new to the show. I'm going to say it again. We have Big O's Player of the Week, Marcel Perry of Southeast High School, and we also have Jada O'Connor from Class in SAS. They both will receive a meal at Big O's Pork and Dreams Barbecue, and they might get the big fat butt loaded potato. But today we just had Southeast girls basketball coach Jackie Brown and Braylon Edmondson. And now we have U.S. Grant boys basketball head coach Billy James and student athlete Raymond Emilio. Yay! Thank you guys for being on today.
Absolutely.
How's it going?
Good, good.
Good. So, Coach, I'll start with you, and then I'll make my way to Emilio. Now, are you new to U.S. Grant?
Fairly. This is my second year, and last year was the COVID year.
Okay. All right. So, in light of really no games last year, how was it going thus far?
This far in the year is much better than last year. I can say that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, Emilio, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What year are you at U.S. Grant?
It's my senior year.
Got you.
At Grant.
Got you. So you've been playing basketball all 4 years?
Oh, yeah.
Cool beans. So how did you get in? Now, listen, for those of you who can see Emilio, he's a big old strapping lad here, and I'm sure he's moving some flesh around in the paint there at the U.S. Grant, man. So how did you get into basketball?
I actually started when I was younger. I've been playing since I was maybe 10.
Sure.
Playing like YMCA or some leagues in downtown and stuff. But I mean, I've been playing off and on. I used to play soccer as well.
Sure.
But I kind of decided like in 8th grade that basketball is what I wanted to lead towards.
So you probably got some sweet feet if you've been playing
soccer.
soccer.
I got some good footwork for a big dude. I get that a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Coach, tell me a little bit about your team this year.
This is a tough, competitive bunch, and it took us a little while to find that out. And when we started playing each other in practice and competing against each other in practice and then scrimmaging against other teams, it was clear this is a tough team. We've been down in about every scrimmage and every game we played this preseason, and we have fought back and made it a game. And so it's just a tough bunch. I told them the other day, I was like, man, I love watching y'all play. I love watching you play.
So Coach, you're at U.S. Grant, and what class do you play in? And then tell me some of the people that are on your schedule.
So we are in 6A.
Which is incredible, Coach.
We're at the top, 6A. We got one 6A team in Northwest Classen, and we'll face them. We got CCS in Norman this year, all the Oklahoma City schools. We have Valiant, which is out by Broken Bow, coming into town.
Valiant.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, and I know you're looking forward to playing them all, but who circled? Who circled on that? Well, look, you guys
looking
at
you.
Both of you can answer.
I don't really. You can go, Coach.
That's a good question. We did not have a good year last year.
Sure.
And Emilio was there for all of them. We took we took a beating after beating, and it became, hey, we just got to stay together type season.
Sure.
And those seasons are no fun for everybody. So I haven't been asked that question yet. We may just go ahead and circle everybody that got a kick out of beating us last year, you know, because we're a way different team, and we're looking forward to competing for sure.
Sure, man. Well, obviously, the way you're talking about just their competitive level, what is it that you bring, Coach, and then we can ask Emilio, to this team that really fosters that, right? I mean, it starts from the top, right? So what do you do? What are those things that you kind of infuse?
You know, I think they brought the toughness themselves. I think that's just their brand of basketball. That's just that community that they're in. They're tough kids.
Sure.
And they can use it to their advantage for sure. And I just try to put it together and keep it together.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know, can we talk about teamwork and loving each other? Emilio was talking about practice today. We were beating the crap out of each other, and we were nose to nose with each other, and then we were loving on each other after practice. And so, if I can keep that, hey, we're a team first type mentality, and you know, keep all those things nice and tight, we'll get a lot out of them for sure.
Sure. So Emilio, tell me, where does that toughness come from? Where did that culture begin in your mind there with that basketball team?
As the team,
sure,
and
even whole, yourself, yes.
I just feel like we just want to win. I just feel like we're tired of, you know, not really. Well, I'm gonna say it how it is. We're tired of losing. So
sure.
I feel like as a team, we kind of come together and realize this year's the year to kind of turn it around and kind of change the culture for Grant, because you know we want to be a better team, and I see it in my teammates, and I try to push my teammates to be better as they push me. You know, like he said, it gets pretty heated in practice, and we go at it with each other. But at the end of the day, if we bring it together and we show that we love each other either way, I'm happy.
So, you guys hosted All City last week.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what that was like for you, Emilio, and then we'll go to Coach. I know you played 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
How did you fare? And then what did you get from that as you kind of move forward into the start of the season?
The first, what did we play on a Tuesday?
Yeah.
On the Tuesday's game, I try to do what I could do. I didn't play the best ability that I could.
Sure.
I made some mistakes here and there, but I feel like on Thursday I brought it back.
Who'd you guys play Tuesday and Thursday?
Tuesday we played, who was it?
Northwest Classen.
Northwest Classen. We played Northwest Classen Tuesday, and then Thursday we played Star Spencer at first.
Gotcha.
We won that one, and then we played Douglas and lost overtime by like 2 or 3, I think.
Well, that's pretty cool. I went over to Douglas, and I saw Douglas play Southeast, which kind of went down to like the last seconds. I think Douglas kind of, you know, maybe turned the ball over something. Southeast goes on to win the game. And so you guys, you know, were really matching with some very intense and competitive games, playing Douglas to the wire like that. Or so, Coach, tell me, when did you start in coaching, and then what was your journey leading you to U.S. Grant?
So, you know, I started coaching junior high about 10 years ago at some Catholic schools here in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got on over at Mount St. Mary's on the girls' side of coaching.
Okay.
And there were a lot of good coaches there on the girls' and boys' side, and you know, I was just trying to soak it up. I really enjoyed it. Thought I could do something that I could do long term, and wanted to learn more and be good at it. So I took a head coaching job an hour and a half away in Wynnewood, Oklahoma.
Wynnewood, the home of James Allen.
Hey, James Allen, that's right, Chicago Bears.
Absolutely, we played together, University of Oklahoma.
Yeah. That's a cool town. That's a cool community. They love their sports. They love football. But they had some kids that could play basketball, and I got to kind of, you know, get my feet in the water with head coaching down there, and enjoyed it. Wanted to be back in the city, and that's kind of how I wandered into U.S. Grant. I'm originally from Southside Oklahoma City, so I knew a little bit about U.S. Grant.
So where'd you go to high school?
I went to Mount St. Mary's High School.
Okay.
Yes.
I was a guy named Keith Peoples that I played AAU basketball with. We're old, Coach. But
I know the name, yeah.
Yeah. He scored a few points in a game, maybe 50 or so.
I think we had the same head coach,
Yeah. Cool beans, man. So tell me, how has he been as a coach, man? What has he brought to you in the last 2 years that you played for him?
Last year it was his first year, so it's like it was kind of tough for him to I gave him a lot of respect for being able to come in and coach a team when we're not really able to practice as much as we should have, or like we took a lot of off days, and he still tried his best to keep us together whenever he could. And this year he's just added on to it, you know, done the same things he did last year, but it's just I feel like we have a better group this year. He really holds us together.
So, Coach, you mentioned about those great coaches over at Mount St. Mary's. I actually have a friend who coaches at the University of Tulsa, and he actually shared that with me. He's Kawanza Johnson, and he shared with me that there are some stellar coaches that were over at Mount St. Mary's. Obviously, you were there, so you have to be counted among that. So what is it that, what does a day of practice look like for you? Like what goes through your mind? What's your plan to try to help these student athletes get better?
I just preparing for a game-like situation as best we can.
Sure.
And, we what do we want to play? We want to be tough. We want to be fast. So we got to practice tough and we got to practice fast. And then put them in game-like situations as much as possible. Kids do not like to walk through half-court offense in a practice. But dang it, that's what you're going to see most of the game. And so we got to stop practice and we have to walk through and we got to watch our mistakes and do things right over and over and find guys who are going to do things right, more often than other guys.
Sure. So, Emilio, what is the influence that you have as a student walking the halls of U.S. Grant? And then do you feel responsibility to be a leader to kind of show, hey, yes, we're athletes, but we are leaders in this school, right?
I try to set an example that I try to, stay out of trouble and make the right decisions.
You don't get in trouble, Emilio. No one messes with you.
No. I'm a good student. No, but yeah, I feel like my responsibility is to kind of help, the younger guys on our team try to help them out and set an example for them throughout the school and just really help them out.
So, what are your ambitions after high school? Do you want to go to college and play? Or what are your plans after?
I mean, that's the dream, right?
That's the dream, yeah.
I mean, I would love to, but I don't know what God holds for me yet. So I'm not too sure what I want to do yet.
So, Coach, how do you talk to them about, or your student athletes about college and preparing for college? What are some of the things that you share with them about that?
That it's very possible. That it's very possible that if that's the direction they want to go, and I encourage it for sure. I think, as a young man, I think going away and getting some college in you is a total life changer where you can grow up, mature, spread your wings. And so, matter of fact, we just had, if you don't mind me doing a shout out, we just had a kid on our team, Marcus Taylor. I think he's got accepted to his third college.
Really?
At SNU and then Tulsa.
Yes, sir.
I can't remember the third one. But he's just doing great, and it's great anytime these student athletes, when college starts popping around, and that's the direction they go for sure.
Well, no, man, give that kind of shout out anytime, and that's a testament to not just that young man, but to the coaches and those administrators and teachers that are really trying to foster that in their lives. So, oftentimes, Emilio, sometimes people don't think they can, right? But it starts with believing you can.
Yeah.
And opportunities are out there. And I'm a father of 3 children, 2 boys in particularly. And so, it's this whole D1 thing. Man, listen, if you have an opportunity to go to whatever level of school it is to further your dream, then you should take advantage of every one of those. And so, as much as colleges pursue student athletes, I think student athletes have to pursue colleges, right?
Yeah.
So you figure out those places you think you want to go and begin to pursue them. So, but I'm excited for you about that. So, Coach, every team has a kind of a motto yearly, right? Whatever they put on their T-shirt or something that just organically happens and this becomes the word or the words for the team. What are the words for the U.S. Grant basketball team?
I think we're getting there, and I think our word is finish. I think, this scrimmage season has been some close losses, and we did not finish. And I told them the other day that, we want to take the hard road because that's only just going to make us work harder. So we want to take the hard road. But when it comes time, finish it, I think is our motto. We want to finish these games off. Our goal has been to win, and that takes a lot of stuff. But we want to finish these games off and get the wins. We like playing tough and having close games and getting the pats on the back. Hey, you played a good game, but man, these guys want to win.
Sure,
these guys want to win.
Well, I can't wait to see this display of just grit and tenacity on the basketball court. Emilio, tell me, what position you play?
I'm a 4-man.
A 4-man?
Yeah.
Back to the goal, or you face it up sometimes?
I mean, I play kind of the perimeter sometimes too.
Coach let you shoot jumpers?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Shoot the 3 sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What, is that,
Too much.
Nah.
So tell me, are you a creator? Can you create some space, get to the rim?
I don't specialize on that. No,
Sure.
I kind of do the more like, I'm a better spot up shooter.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
So you get in the paint and body
I try to
up?
drive
Yeah?
the best I can. Yeah.
Getting some rebounds?
Yeah. Try to.
You got to eat up on the boards, man.
Yeah, I need to. I'm pretty big, so I need to. That needs to be my specialty.
So, Coach, tell me what you think the strength is of Emilio's game, but then tell me what you think the strength is of your team.
Well, Emilio describing his strength, he's wrong. He is not a spot-up shooter. He does spot-up shoot, but that's not what we want out of him. Emilio has what me and as the assistant coaches have asked him to do is you got to use your size, dude. You are a senior, and you may have 40, 60 pounds on some of these guys. Get your butt in the lane and body some shots up. So, and he's been figuring that out the last scrimmage and then last couple of days in practice, where it's just go play some bully ball, man. Go push some people around. You're bigger. Use it to your advantage. And what'd you ask me?
The strength of your team, you think?
Man, I think it really is. I think we really are a mean team, man.
Yeah.
And we do not like being pushed around. I like teams that we got to pull instead of trying to motivate. Hey, come on, get after it. We got to pull guys off of each other.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather have that, for the season than have some soft guys to try to motivate.
Sure. I was at Oral Roberts, like I mentioned, and we had a student athlete there by the name of Adam Liberty. Adam went to John Marshall. And my sons got to watch these basketball players at Oral Roberts. And Adam Liberty may have been one of the meanest basketball players I ever seen. And it wasn't mean like just ferocious hitting, but just in your face, relentless in his defense. Are you a defensive lover, Emilio, or are you an offensive lover?
Be honest.
Coach must know.
I like offense more, to be honest.
Sure.
If he tells us a lot defense will win games, so I got to kind of lean towards defense more often. But I like offense.
Defense will create offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can get that to that goal, right?
Yeah.
You can do whatever you need to do. Coach, who are some of your inspirations in terms of basketball, right? Who are those men or women that inspire you or that you look at and to glean information from even now?
Oh, now there's so many great high school coaches in Oklahoma City, and I follow them on Twitter or try to watch some practices or watch some of their games, and I steal everything I can from them, every little idea or offense they have. There's some guys out there that I'm just really inspired by, or I try to emulate for sure. Yeah.
Sure. Emilio, what's your go-to move, man?
I don't think I have one.
I don't know if I asked that question. You don't have a move?
I don't think so.
Like,
no.
Jack it up.
Yeah, just shoot it whenever. No, I don't think I have a go-to move necessarily.
So who is the player in college or the NBA that you watch and potentially try to emulate your game after?
I don't think
they don't exist.
Emulate my game after him, but my favorite player is Russell Westbrook. So I try to bring the aggressiveness he brings, but
he's really aggressive.
I can't top that. Not yet, at least.
No, man, you can get out there and give it all you got.
Yeah, man, I try to give everything I got. You know?
He's a triple-double man.
Yes, sir.
So, Coach, what do you do? Tell us what a day like is in practice, not just the intensity part, but kind of, those things that you go through before you play a game, right? So let's go back to last week. What did it look like on Tuesday and Thursday prior to playing in the All-City previews?
We there's a lot of things that get us up and down the floor quick and fast.
Mm-hmm.
We play 2-on-2 full court or 3-on-2 full court, and then you're allowed to press if you make your basket, and it turns the heat up in the gym.
Sure.
Those kind of drills where they are. My whistle is nowhere near me, so they're getting mad and upset about fouls, but we want to play with that kind of fast kind of pace,
Sure. as you look around, and I asked this earlier to the coach and player from Southeast, when you look around OKCPS, man, you see the wonderful things that Fields and Futures are doing, the things that are happening in your gyms.
Yeah.
Coach, tell us, how does that make you feel? What does that do for you and your program when your facilities are changing right before your eyes?
Yeah, I think it's so attractive right now that we just got, and they just did the naming with the new baseball field at Grant. You can see it right from Penn, and it's top of the line. It looks like a college campus. There's a full track right there, and the softball facilities behind that. I mean, it is really getting attractive where, you want to play sports, that's a place to go.
And as a former student athlete, man, when you go to your high school, Emilio, tell us how that makes you feel, because, some of these changes have just began to happen right now. You're a senior, so you've literally had a front row seat to it all.
Yeah. How it makes me feel.
Yeah, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good, for the young kids that are coming in that will be able to experience that, because the track wasn't there when I was a freshman or sophomore. They just did it last year, I think, if I remember correctly. We got a new basketball court this year. I mean, they repainted it and stuff. It looks nice. Our new baseball field, like he said, softball field. I mean, I just feel like, in general, that just makes me feel good for the younger guys that are going to come into the school and be able to experience that, and be able to be proud of that's their school.
Gotcha. So I asked this question earlier, and that is, talk a little bit about what you go through prior to playing. But, Coach, is there a Billy James ritual, right? Is there a thing that you do before every game? So, for instance, one of my coaches, Andy Bogert, I don't know how many years he's been coaching, 50. They have the same pound cake, right, every game for football. What is that one thing that you do, if there's a thing at all? And then you think about it, Emilio. I'm asking you too also.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's superstition. I just I like for my thinking to just be as clear as possible, so I try to do exactly what I'm supposed to do throughout the day. If I set that alarm for 5:15 or 5:30, I'm getting up just so I don't want to have that day just be mistake after mistake. And as I get closer to game time, that phone goes away. People don't come up to me for different things. It is strictly basketball. And one thing I started doing, I think at Wynnewood, I don't even know where I got it from, was, I'd start writing some things down about the game or what I thought could potentially happen. What would happen if he got 3 fouls in the first half? And I just started writing down, what are some worst case scenarios in this game? Thinking about if I scouted the team and I knew that they were good at pressing us, what are we going to do when we are just getting smoked, and who am I going to put in? Just to have those sort of ideas in my back pocket, so I don't, get in the middle of the game and totally clueless. Have some thoughts about it. Yeah,
absolutely. Emilio?
Just listen to my music, get in the mood.
And it's a setup question, right? You got to know that, because every athlete says, "Listen to my music." What's on your playlist?
Man, it's a lot of Dirk, Lil Baby. I don't only listen to rap. I don't only listen to rap. My music is. There's some music I listen to that gets me hyped. That's not rap, or it's just I mix it up sometimes. It's not always the same thing.
Now, I don't know who. Did you say Drake or Dirk?
I said Lil Durk.
Yeah, I don't know who Lil Durk is. What's the other one? Lil Baby. Yeah, don't know who he is. That's all good though, man. My kids always tell me, "Daddy, stop." I'm an old man. I'm not hip anymore. Nah, that's cool, man. Like, music is just a part of it. It really sets the moment and the mood in the locker room. So, Coach, as we get toward the end here, who is it that you would like to say thank you to? Parents, administration, just those people that have been influential and impactful for the success of your basketball team. And I know last year was what it was. You're just now moving into this year. But there's some people who have risen already to the level of just, hey, we're better with you.
It is our coaching staff. We have 5 coaches on the coaching staff this year, and 2 of them are volunteers. And they put a lot of energy, time, money to help this team out because they care about these guys. One of the teachers at Grant, he asked me last year if he could coach. I don't know anything about him, and he just kind of kept asking. And he finally came to me. He said, "Hey, listen, Coach, I can do all the administration side," and he's just been killing it. I mean, checking grades, checking attendance, making the phone calls, paperwork, all because he cares about these guys. And then these, these assistant coaches, Greg Williams and D'Angelo Anderson, and then Alonzo Fabula. I mean, they are putting into some time and energy and some love into these kids, and getting a lot out of it, getting a lot out of them because of it.
Sure. Emilio, tell us, man, how who you want to thank, and if you got social media handles, you can share them. And then how can you look in that camera and tell your student athletes, your students at U.S. Grant, how they can come out and support you at your next home game?
I got to look at the camera directly?
You can say whatever. I'm messing
All right, so
around
you said the first question was who do I think? I think the coaching staff. I feel like those are the guys that really push us to keep going. I mean, they've been my influence all through high school. And, come support us. We play John Marshall on the 30th this month.
At Grant?
At John Marshall. Oh, you said first home game.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I think I might be over there.
Yeah, we played John Marshall, right? On the 30th at John Marshall.
Correct.
Coach, you already scouted him?
Yeah, I got to watch him twice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You got something?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
And I don't know my handles by memory, so I'm not even gonna try.
It's all good, man. Coach Cudjoe was one of my coaches when I was a freshman in high school, actually.
Yeah, great coach, man.
Yeah, man.
Great coach.
They're a lot of fun over there. That man, listen, I think I'm going to make it over to John Marshall and watch U.S. Grant John Marshall game.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about that, man. So last thing, Emilio, what you eating before the game?
What do I eat?
Yeah, you gotta diet. You got.
I try not to eat.
Coach tell you not to eat chocolate.
Oh, I don't eat chocolate. No, I don't.
I'm just messing with you.
I don't know. It kind of changes. I mean, I try to eat. Sometimes we don't get to leave from the school, so they provide some food for us, or or when I can, I go home and eat. My grandma's cooking or something.
Well, grandma's cooking. I'm telling you something.
Yeah.
That's some good cooking. Coach, do you stress, talk to them about dieting and all of that, trying to get those things in there that's going to produce the most energy on those days, or not really, big deal?
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, every piece we can. Yeah. No doubt. I say if it's got a shiny package, it's no good for you.
Oh, my gosh. You're right, because the best things don't have packages.
That's right.
Well, you clearly are eating well. You're in shape. Look like you're running miles a day, pumping all the iron.
I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I stay until 7 o'clock with these guys.
He tries to get in there, but he tries.
Now, do you guys have like a strength conditioning kind of aspect, and how important that is for you?
Yeah, we've been in there. We go in there 4 times a week.
Weight room?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's nothing crazy. It's 15, 20 minutes of the stuff we need, and we're out.
So I played also for Tommy Griffin at John Marshall, and he always wanted us to lift weights, right? And I was like, Coach, it's gonna mess up my jumper. I can't, it's just that theory.
Yeah, we had that.
And I never had a jumper, so he said, get in the weight room. You'll be just fine. You need to be as strong as you have to be in the paint. So that's really cool that you guys are just having an exciting time at U.S. Grant. And, Coach, we're looking really forward to the things that you guys are doing, the product that you're putting out on the floor. Obviously, with the toughness and the tenacity of these guys, Emilio, we wish you all the best. And are excited just about what is in store for you, man. And so we just want to keep you encouraged to keep doing all of those things that you can do.
Thank you.
Hey, we're getting ready to take off here. We want to say thank you for joining the OKCPS Coaches Show tonight here on CBS Sports Radio. We're at Dick's Sporting Goods, 6601 Southwest 3rd Street. Brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods, SMU, Casey's General Store, Scissortail Waste Solutions, Automax, Grin Moore Sneaker Boutique, Big O's Pork and Dreams. A big ups to Marcel Perry, Southeast High School, Big O's Player of the Week. Also big ups to Jada O'Connor, Class and SAS, Big O's Player of the Week. Go by and get you a big butt potato. Thank you. We'll see you not next Monday, but the Monday after that. Have a good night.
Just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.